Yo, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today we have another figure review, and today it is of the Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, The Boys set. I don't know what this is called because I actually didn't even know it was coming out. So a little bit of a fun backstory with this one. I went to Target at some point last week, and I saw this in there, and I was like, this looks cool. I know Neca is going to be coming out with a 3-pack from Halloween 3, and I didn't think this was it. I thought this was somewhat other third company, you know, getting these guys out of the way quick just to show what I mean. I thought, when I saw this, I thought it was some other brand, you know? It's kind of different for a Neca box. It doesn't really fit the usual, you know? And I was like, this can't be Neca. It's got to be some other brand. And then on the back, you know, whoa, Silver Shamrock Novelties. I was like, that's got to be the company because I've never seen the movie, so I didn't know. And I got pretty much pranked. A little bit of a funny backstory. Now, moving on to the actual figures themselves before the actual box itself. I do really like this box. 6-side art, got the skeleton, the pumpkin, Le Witch, and the back, really nice art. It's like a cutout from an old magazine. I'm not sure if this was actually in the movie. Could have been some promotional artwork or something. But it's a sick box. It really looks cool. And again, this is what made me think it wasn't Neca, because this is just so different for Neca style. I was like, it's not Neca. It's got to be Silver Shamrock Novelties. And it sure was. Now, moving on to the figures. Starting with the Skeleton Man. I'll let you get a look at all of them. The detail on these guys, for at least where it's sculpting, you know, is actually very good. I really like the accuracy too. I've never seen the movie, but I have seen these guys a million times, of course. They're kind of iconic at this point. And I'd say the design and sculpting really turned out super well. And the cloth actually works really well too. Excuse me. It's not like Mezco quality, I guess, but it's still quite nice. You can see mine's already a little ripped in the leg there. But it's still very nice to get the look, and there is some quality to it. It's not no poop dollar store fabric. It is actually nice quality materials, and it works very well. It looks pretty decent. Some of the parts, you know, it looks a little messed up. Looks like he's got triple butt cheeks. But with the I guess, cloth overlay, it makes it so that the articulation on these guys is quite decent, which was something I was worrying about with these figures, because usually Neca, their cloth line figures have a lot worse articulation than the usual ones. And seeing this, I was like, oh, these guys, this is going to be rough. These figures are going to be super cool, look good, but they're just going to be really rough to pose around and play with, I guess to say. And it turned out I was completely wrong. These figures are very nice, and in terms of Neca, I'd say they fit right up there with the usual. And even with the Halloween line, we've gotten some really good figures. And I think these just add to that even more. Now you can see the cloth on these two. It's the same kind of overlay suit with the witch. She's got, I don't know what this material is. It feels like a Halloween costume. It's got this nice kind of, I can't describe fabric. I don't know. It looks good, feels kind of smooth, and it's a nice way to switch it up so that they all have a different, well, not all have a different, but there's one with a different feel. And this one really is the most different, with the thing over the top here and the dress kind of thing. Now, number one I would say about these guys is the feet is the only thing that really kind of ruins the figure. And it's not even that bad. Like, they have the usual Neca 7-inch line where the feet are literally just on a hinge. So usually it's super hard to stand figures up like that. But as you can see right here, I don't know what they did to counteract it, but it works perfectly. All three of them stand up pretty well, and I haven't even had a single issue putting them in poses like falling over. They've been posed up and they still stand up pretty well. So I don't know if it's just pure luck or if Neca did something to make it look good or work right. So now we'll bring in this guy again to introduce the articulation. Now the articulation on them is all very similar, except for, you know, the witch. It's a little more hindered by the cloak or whatever you call that thing. So moving in, the Pumpkin Man, he looks up quite far. Down, again, quite nice. It's, I believe, just a ball, no double, so it's just the move. Actually, might be double, I don't know. But there's just some movement there, not too bad. You get all the articulation you'd want out of the pumpkin head at the shoulders. They move up, extremely far. The articulation, like I said, is tremendous. Neca did, I'm not sure if this is part of the Ultimates or the 7-inch line, whatever, I don't know. But what they did is what they did with like Ghostface, where it's all covered up. So they went with the best working articulation. So you get really good articulation out of a figure that looks decent too, because you don't got to worry about how it looks. So at the shoulder, goes all the way around, of course. Nice bicep swivel at the top. Double jointed elbows. That's crazy. Unheard of. Swivel at the wrist, and then the usual wrist hinge. I don't know if I've loosened up this hand yet. Wrist hinge. Now moving on. There is, I don't believe, anything at the torso. No crunch, no abs, no nothing. But there is a nice little waist swivel. Then moving down to the legs. Usual, I believe, ball legs for Neca. Kicks forward super far. Kicks back super far. Goes out to the side super far. Like I said, the articulation on these guys is kind of nuts. At the thigh, nice little bit of a swivel. I'm pretty sure only single jointed knees, maybe. Yes, but they do get the job done quite well. And this is the only part where I'd say it's disappointing is the ankle. Literally just a hinge, no swivel, no nothing. And they didn't even paint the joint, so it's just skin tone going into the white shoe, which not too bad, because overall, I think for the price too, you get a lot with this. Like, this was only 50 bucks, I believe, for all 3 of the figures. And there were about 17 of them at Target, so it's not going to look like this is a hard-to-get set. And that's one of the really good things about NECA, is they're starting to get up there with letting everyone get them, and them still being good quality. Not with Toka and Rizar, guys. I'd hate to say it. Still to this day, have not acquired Toka and Rizar. Moving on, though, to the accessories for these gentlemen here. So, we'll start with, I guess, just a generic one for all of them. They all have these gripping hands here to hold, I guess, the one accessory. They kind of come with the hold. And then, every single one of them comes with a pair of these right here. These nice, just kind of generic posed gripping hands, which these are perfect. This is the one inclusion I would have wanted to have. If they have only one pair of interchangeable hands, these are the ones, because this makes it perfect for getting slaughtered poses and just chilling poses. Like, these are perfect for multiple different ranges, and it helps a lot with setting up scenes with these guys, which I haven't done a lot of yet, but I did a little bit, and it's quite good. They're quite fun. Now, we'll start with the witch. So, the witch here has this head, the regular generic witch, you know, a little spooky. Got some nice details on it. The face looks really good. And you can even kind of see eyes in there. Just a little bit. And then what we have here is an interchangeable head with everything. The cloak is different as well. And we have the dead head. I don't know if it would be called anything else. But we have the dead version of the head here. You can see again the eyes. There's some really, really nice details on these decrepit versions. You can see the really good detail on the tongue or worm or whatever it is crawling out. The nice dirty wash all over it. And there's even a nice clear coat, I guess you would say, on the tongue or whatever. Make it look all slimy and gross. And with the witch head, you actually can just pull it straight out the thing to get some nice detail on these suckers. Looks very, very good. And again, it just shows with the quality of the NECA paint and everything, it still sticks at a decent price too. I think 50 bucks for a 3-pack is quite good. They're a little bit smaller figures, and the amount of accessories you get isn't as crazy as usual, but I'd say it's still quite a good deal. Now, bringing the Pumpkin Man in here. Again, nice sculpt on the head. The paint isn't as crazy on this one, but it still gives off the perfect look of the iconic pumpkin Halloween costume. Let me try and fix this light. Then, for him, he has his interchangeable nice pumpkin head. And this one I really, really like. They put all the nice detail of like the pumpkin rotting and changing color. I think it looks really, really good. Same details with the greasy, gross worms. All the detail on the head. Thick pumpkin style. And this one is probably my favorite. It would also, you can kind of just use it as a creepy jack-o'-lantern to put in the background again too. Because it is just a pumpkin, so if you just lay it in the background, it kind of works. You know, multi-purpose. And now, personally, my favorite figure out of the 3, we got Skinny Bones Jones over here. Excuse me. And I actually really, really do like this head sculpt. It works perfectly too, because the 20 whatever Michael Myers, the most recent one, comes with the murdered version of his head as well, but just the mask. So now you can kind of set up a scene of him murdering the child himself, which again, I just love the detail on this head. It looks so good, looking good. And I like the wash they put over it. It makes it look nice and grimy. And his interchangeable head, boom, disgusting, with the worm crawling out the eyeballs. Now, this one, again, is probably my favorite for the decrepit heads as well. It looks really good, and it fits perfect if you want to have him just dead. Like, this is perfect for this man who's just dead. Like, on the back of the box, they had him set up just laying there in a puddle of his own blood. That's perfect. The head fits, excuse me, beautifully for that. And I think, again, the paint and sculpt, like the paint in general here, is just great. You can see the eye on the inside. It looks a little bit goofy, but it looks sad. I don't know. I think I like it. It fits good for the, I don't even know, the vibe. It fits the vibe, Fortnite vibe. Now, continuing with the accessories, we have a witch hat, which I thought this was for the witch, but it kind of doesn't really work. Like, if I take the disgusting witch head here, pop it out the cloak, the hat really doesn't fit on the head. Like, there's a peg in it. If you can see it, there's a peg in there, and this head does not have a peg, and it doesn't even really cradle around the chrome dome well at all. It doesn't fit. So I said, or I thought, why not try it on the Pumpkin Man? And I'm pretty sure it might be for him because it fits quite well. Now, again, I did not watch the movie. This might just be one of those easy lore fixes. You just watch the movie and be like, oh, all right. I didn't watch it. Cool hat. I guess if you're a witch fan, you can put on your other witch action figures. But for me, nah. Now, moving on. Another cool accessory comes with the TV screen. Ooh, that's actually weird. Oh, there we go. I was going to say, you can't really see the changing image, but it is one of those nice holographic screens. And I think just in general, this is a really, really good quality TV for the setup, I guess, the scale. It looks really, really good. And there's a lot of nice wood grain details all over it. And this is perfect if you want to just have a generic living room setup, or like a Ninja Turtle setup. You want to have them in the lair watching the TV. This is one of those really, really good accessories to put in just to use with anything. And I really, really like it. And I think even this TV screen isn't that bad. It could fit with a lot of stuff. And I think the pumpkin is cool. The Shamrock Novelties kind of, if you know what it is, it kind of changes it. But, you know, and actually, another funny thing. When I saw this, I thought, you know, it was just like one of those, like, what is it, Loyal Subjects? They include a sticker with it. I was like, oh, Shamrock Novelties figures must include a TV that says Shamrock Novelties on it. Wow, that's a cool extra accessory. It really, it hurts sometimes, you know. Now, moving on to the last accessories these figures come with. This is the bag. You know Neca figures, they usually come with a plastic bag, or sometimes come with a plastic bag for different accessories. So these ones, they came with a couple of trick-or-treat sacks, a couple of nice little paper bags. They look pretty nice. The quality seems pretty decent. I don't think they'll rip or anything, especially if you treat them lightly. They'll be pretty nice. They're actually openable. You can put some stuff in your sack if you'd like. And now, my favorite one is the actual trick-or-treat bag. You only get one of these, but this is a good one. Nice printing on there. That doesn't look too bad at all. Trick-or-treat. Nothing on the back. You can see I stuffed it in his hand already a little bit. It doesn't fit that good, but it's, again, not too bad. You could also put stuff in your sack once again. We got my boy the skeleton here. You can see you just got to kind of stuff it up in there. Ooh. And then once you do, you got to kind of mess with it a little bit, but it doesn't look bad at all. It fits in his hand quite well, and if you don't mind, I guess, creasing it up a little bit, it's fine. There's no way to keep it in mint condition, but if you're going to pose him, just pose him. Let's go. Now, these other sacks I have not used, but they're probably just as simple. Get the Pumpkin Man here. Ooh. Easy money. There you go. Now you got your... Never mind. Okay. They're cool. Nice little extra accessory to add on the end. It's not from Shamrock Novelties, though. And, again, a lot of accessories do actually come with these guys. I think you definitely get your money's worth out of it. If you buy the pack for retail, it is 100% a good deal. and you really do get a lot out of it. Like, you get all the hands for each of them, you get some nice quality cloth on the figures, the interchangeable heads, the TV. And then, let me make sure I'm not forgetting nothing, because I feel like I would. No, that's about it. Now, moving these guys aside, or I guess more together, for some comparisons. Oop, the witch almost fell down the chute there. Zooming it back, because these guys are actually quite small. Bringing in the man himself, Michael Myers, to compare next to him. You can see the scale again. They are quite small figures, but for the price and the amount of stuff you get with them, I'd say it's pretty much worth it. You definitely get it. Like, I'd say these 2 or 3 figures equal a 2-pack. Like, because it's the same price as a 2-pack, I'd say it equals that. You definitely get the value of a 2-pack out of it. I'm moving this man out of here. Oh, and talking about a good value 2-pack, this is not one of them. The Michael Myers from Halloween 2. This is a rough 2-pack. I'm going to be making a review about it at some point. But just quick review, it's not worth the money. Very good figures, though. Again, good showing. Figures look very good together. And these are probably who I will be posing them with. I think they look quite good together, and I really do like that Michael Myers. Now, another one, I was expecting to do 2 at a time, so this one's kind of weird. Dr. Loomis. Do you think he has a big head? I do not. Next. This one makes even less sense, but Jason. Sick. Another horror character to put him with. Just give him a little bit more scale and size. Which I think these actually would work in just like, if you have a general horror display, you can just set these up as like trick-or-treaters, and it's pretty much the intended purpose they fit for perfectly. Which I think, if you want to have Jason murdering kids, you can. That's like multi-use of these figures here. Now, another sick figure. Freddy Fazbear. Now, this one, they don't fit in scale whatsoever. I'm pretty sure in real life, well, not real life, but in lore, Freddy is about like 6 feet tall. So he'd probably be like up here or something. But, you know, these figures lines are not in scale with each other. And now, last but not least, Ghost Rider. Doing a little bit of an ad read over here. His son is to the left. Yeah, general scale. I think these figures, a little bit of a final thoughts here with the gentleman. I think these figures are definitely worth the price. I might have just covered the mic up there, but these figures are definitely worth the price. They're super, super sick, and if you're a Halloween fan, they fit perfectly. Even if you're just a horror fan and you want some trick-or-treaters to put in your display, it's perfect. The accessories are sick. Not hard to find at all. They were like 6 at Target, and it's cheap too, which, you know, we all like a good deal. Now, thank you guys so much for watching. I did have a new lighting set up in this. Did this light die? No. I did have a new lighting set up in here, so if it looks a little better, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you even noticed a difference at all. So, thank you. I'll see you in the next one, which will probably be, I'm thinking of doing a redo review, bringing back the classic. Gonna try and keep all these kind of stupid series I have running. So, thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.